Welcome everyone. There is an examination which is MPSC Rajyaseva, which is going to commence on the 31st of May 2026. And if you see the past cutoff, then cutoffs are exponentially rising. And so for the upcoming examination, we have set up a benchmark, that is, let us target 125 plus marks so that we are comfortably in for the mains. And if we need to actually achieve this high benchmark, then definitely we need to strategize our preparation, we need to actually prioritize our topics, we need to understand what is commission asking, and we should then appear for the examination. Then of course for sure our success is determined. So welcome everyone, welcome to Dnyanjyoti education, and today's agenda of the video is let us have a mission to target 125 marks. Let us have a brief strategy. What are the points that we need to actually consider apart from studying hard? How can we convert our laborious hard study into smart study? And all these points I am going to cover with a very brief so that you actually are set in the right direction. So let us have zero confusion and a clear and focused preparation. While discussing this point, at the end of video, I am even going to actually tell you something about an upcoming very important program, that is Dheya. It's a dedicated program where you can actually partner with Dnyanjyoti education. You can enroll for this program and you can actually achieve 31st of May 2026 with glaring success. So at the end of video, I am of course going to discuss about it. So let us now continue with agenda of the session, that is what is our strategy. Now first understand, whenever we are actually going for this examination, there is needs a vision and there needs to be a mission. Now what do you understand by vision? Vision is that you should actually qualify this examination and serve the nation, and mission is of course what are the benchmarks that you are going to achieve in this examination. In Dnyanjyoti education, in the initiative that we have called as Dheya, we have actually built up our vision, and vision is we will enable students to crack prelims in the very first attempt. Students who are actually just new for this preparation, new for this examination, or recently have only given a attempt and still don't know how to go for this examination, at Dnyanjyoti education our vision is let us enable the new students, let us enable the students who are really sincere about cracking this examination. Let us build clarity in their preparation, let us instill confidence, and let them be consistent, because without consistency nothing can be achieved. So this will be our vision for the upcoming examination, and the mission I have already told you. The mission is achieving 125 plus marks. If you see the past year cutoff, they are rising. Cutoff was 108, 117, and this year it is expected to go much above it. So whenever we are going to target the upcoming examination, of course we cannot have a low benchmark. We need to have marks which are quite targetable also, but which will comfortably land us for giving mains. MPSC has already changed the pattern in 2025, and the pattern of the examination has now become descriptive. And it is observed, whenever a pattern of the examination is actually changed, then the difficulty level of the examination is I would say asked at a fundamental level. It gives an golden opportunity us to qualify the exam so that we can qualify it as easiest as possible. So you need to understand that mission 125 is an where we are going to achieve by comprehensive syllabus coverage. I am not talking about subject coverage, I am talking about syllabus coverage. Now what do you understand by syllabus coverage? Syllabus coverage means, let us take for example geography. Now geography is such a vast subject that you can even pursue PhD in it. But if we prioritize the points which this MPSC examination is asking, then our preparation will be very much concise. We can cover this topic within a span of 1 month also. So you need to understand that whenever we are talking about competitive examination, where our aim is only to crack the examination, not to gain the knowledge, it is through comprehensive syllabus coverage we can achieve the benchmark. Our study should be smart and a disciplined execution should be accompanied with it. We need to actually understand that how vast amount of data I can actually revise in a small amount of time. How I keep myself consistent. I should work each and every day, and then it might land me into the successful candidates list. So this is what is our mission. So with this vision and with this mission, now I am going to bring in front of you very few important points. Now, whenever you are doing anything, okay, especially in a Dheya batch, I would say, okay, we need a batch which is like a comprehensive batch, a comprehensive prelims batch. Okay, so whenever we are actually going to achieve a very hard target, a very competitive target, then the first principle that we should apply for success is be disciplined. Okay, just take an example of army man and military man. Why is our army a successful institution? Because of their hard discipline, and that is the most important philosophy. You might be a person who is scoring 90%, you might be a person who might be I would say average or below it, but if you are not consistent enough, if you are not disciplined enough, then of course your aim or your chances of clearing this examination will be minuscule. So I would be saying that whenever you actually go for a batch, go for a comprehensive batch, go for a batch which is scientific in preparation and in its approach, because the most important thing is the results, and the results, if it's you are not getting the results, either it may be daily, either it may be weekly, or it might be ultimate final results, then no use of studying, because this exam is designed in such a way that relatively you have to score better than the competition. There is no set minimum benchmark where you need to actually take marks. Like in college, university, we need to achieve minimum 40%, but here relatively we should be far better than others if we see ourselves in successful list. So scientific preparation approach is needed. Now what do you mean by scientific preparation approach? Rather than working hard, how much is my outcome? Rather than studying how much I have understood should be emphasized less, but how many marks will I get through the studying this topic should be emphasized more, and therefore there should be an outcome focused batch. The batch should also give us a strong fundamentals, giving you utmost conceptual clarity, giving you utmost concept clarity where conceptual questions are tackled at ease. The batch should have high MCQ solving practice and opportunities. The batch should be give you a stimulation where you have always exam ready mindset, so that time for the examination, then how to tackle the paper, what types of MCQs are going to come, all should be actually be through, you should actually go through these all aspects, and then only you can definitely achieve your target. So in a Dheya initiative, we are designing our batch based on these strong fundamentals. These are at the core of our policy. These are at the base at which we are going to make students work. Now, to give you a very important thing, how is the batch structured? Now, any candidate who is doing batch or not needs a minimum 8 hours of study. 8 hours is, I would say, an average study. Okay, exceptional would be 10 or a 10 plus hours of study, because if you see you have hardly left with 4 to 4.5 months, and the number of subjects that you are going to cover is around 8 including CSAT, and the number of topics are far much more. So if you see, hardly if I give you a simple calculation, you have hardly, what I would say, only 1:2 ratio, that is you have double the number of subject and you have less the number of time. So hardly if I give you, you can hardly cover a subject in 15 days, which is, I would say, very less. So how to go about the planning for the next 4 to 4.5 months, because exam is scheduled and bound to be occurring on 31st of May. Okay, so you need to actually understand that whenever such a paucity of time is there, then we need a detailed study plan. We cannot give a whole day for a single subject. We at least need to cover two subjects, and this two subjects need to be covered in a right manner with a balanced approach. Apart from covering this two subjects, what we are suggesting in our batch is minimum 3 hours of 3 hours, that is two slots should be splitted of 3 hours. So 6 hours of bare minimum study and 4 hours of classroom, that is 10 hours of study is the key to the success. And therefore what I would be suggesting is that when two subjects are studied simultaneously, you will be achieving the holistic syllabus coverage. There will be habit to make you sit for long hours, because after prelims another difficult stage is there, and that is of course mains. And when you go for mains, you are going to write for 27 hours. It's a 5 days comprehensive test that you are going to actually appear. So habit formation for long hours sitting is essential. Then there is a fixed routine when the batches are scheduled on this manner. No day is actually left out. Monday to Saturday there are classes, and on Sundays there are tests also. So you are left with no day, because of course there are going to be contingency. There are going to be days when you won't be feeling to study. There are going to be days when you are going to fall ill. There are going to be days when there is going to be another medical emergency at house, and of course some days are going to be sacrificed. So that will not matter your success. But if you are consistent enough, if you are like doing 10 hours a day for the next 4 hours, of course success is at your feet. And therefore I would be saying that whenever a fixed routine is there, it will be a good thing. And regular revision and testing for the covered syllabus is something that we should do. And then not just lecture, but a study discipline is actually inculcated in you. And therefore the first thing that we are going to actually have this comprehensive batch is on the principle that consistency is going to be your success. And therefore this batch is designed in such a way for 4 to 4.5 months that 4 hours of teaching is bare minimum, after which 6 hours of your self study will be enough so that you can crack the upcoming prelims. Then a second thing that is there is in this batch we are actually adopting a teaching methodology where we are going to build the foundation first, where we are going to teach you from the basics, where we are going to even include state board books, NCRTs. Okay, for example, just see, this is Rajyaseva's paper 2025's question. Now if you see this paper, you will find that in which country the concept of modern constitutionalism was started, and the answer for this question is already there in the book. What does this show? This show that many questions you are going to miss if you don't cover basic books. The students have an habit to actually cover a syllabus in a very short. They actually go in the market, buy the best book available, and then they start studying, and then they go for the examination. Of course the results are not good. So whenever we are studying, we need to understand that this examination is a government examination, and if we are doing a government examination, then we actually need to study government sources. And which are the government sources? State board books, NCRTs are the government sources. These are accessible to the poorest chap that is actually fighting for the post. So you need to understand that first we need to actually have strong foundation, and in our initiative we are actually all subjects are going to taught from basic to advanced. Even the state board facts and concepts are going to be covered. Short summarized notes where you don't actually need to visit the books will be provided, where you will be actually reducing your time to study. And then once we are covered with strong foundational, then special attention to the student with weak conceptual base will also be given. And after that we are then going to build concept which are advanced. So on the concept, because conceptual level clarity is must. Understand this process is not only about cracking prelims. There is going to be mains, then there is going to be an interview where you are going to face I would say very experienced bureaucrats, and if you are not strong in your fundamentals, you won't make an impression in an interview. So you need to understand from basic to advanced, everything is going to be taught in the 4 months that is going to be prelims related syllabus. So very first thing, you should understand that this strategy is from basics to advanced strategy. Then if you see the previous year question, okay, nearly 40% is for already on the topics, already on the questions that has been asked. Many of the experts are even saying that this percentage is more than 50% also. Okay, so if a 50% of the syllabus is already going to be reappearing, which from the questions and from the topics which has already been asked, we need to adopt one strong pillar in our preparation, and that is we should be actually doing we should actually do PYQ based I would say teaching and learning. Okay, so detailed analysis of previous year question are going to be even there. We are even going to actually give you previous year question notes. We are going to insert them into the points. We are going to actually give you detailed analysis. We are even going to predict which are going to be the further topics that they are going to ask. So identification and repeating themes and trends and developing exam temperament is going to be another important thing. Say for example, if you look at for this question that was asked in prelims, in this question the question is Mughal Emperor Akbar bestowed the title of Khane Khana to whom of the following in AD 1584. Now I am not interested in question, but the term Khane Khana has been repeated twice or thrice. So once it has been asked, this data should be with us, so that if we are not able to even understand the question, but if we are able to actually just tick the right answer and move further, our task is done. See, this examination is competitive examination. We are not interested much in actually understanding, but we are much interested in that how do I get 2 marks from this question. Once I am getting 2 marks, my job is done, because I am doing this everything only to crack the examination. So first thing you have to understand that this course will be totally exam oriented rather than I would say books oriented. Again, once you have this understanding of PYQ based on previous year question, we are even going to actually make you tackle questions which are quite from unknown terrain, I would say. Okay, say for example, if there is a question and the question is something which is not read, we simply cannot leave the question. We will have to take our chances. Okay, and these chances are to be taken on some scientific techniques, on some logical mind, and therefore logical analysis of the question is also what we are going to actually include. Questions which are quite unknown, we are going to build an approach where we will be having logical thinking, where we will be using elimination techniques and smart guessing, so that we have our maximum attempt. Because if you see the competition, if you see the nature of the examination, we cannot simply qualify the examination if we are attempting a very less number of questions. The number of questions that are going to come in the GS1 are going to be 100, and any attempt which is below 80 or which is below 85 will of course diminish our success rate. So you need to understand that whenever you are actually attempting, you will need to take chances. We might have some questions which are wrong, but maximum times there are chances where we would be in a positive score, and that will add up to already our score, so that again our chances for the success increases. So an approach building and a logical thinking mindset is also going to be a task that we are going to put and conduct in this batch. Then again, another important thing is whenever competitive examination are to be understood, then a comprehensive right approach, right data set is a must, and for that we need a right study material. Okay, so an expert curated study material is there, which is not very, I would say, which will not amount to 2 number of pages, but will be crisp, concise and exam focused, because it will save the time and will even avoid book overlook, so that you can actually go through it through this material at easily, and of course revise it multiple number of times. One of the most important hurdle that English medium student faces is some material is not at all available in English. But at Dnyanjyoti Education, what we have done is we have created material which is also available for English medium students. Like say for example, here is a snapshot from the pages of Maharashtra Geography. Now if you see Maharashtra Geography, mostly books available are in Marathi, but English material, of course, it is lagging in English material. So we have even created that, so that no medium student is actually at a disadvantage and everyone compete with fairness. So we have actually created material which would be enough for you for cracking this examination. So whenever we are going for this exam, we will have a short, crisp and concise material. Material will be updated and to the point content will be there. Mostly if you see, matter will be in the form of charts, matter will be in the form of points, and understanding will be of course through lectures. So there will be no unnecessary theory, because that is not the need of the prelims. High yielding facts and concepts will be prioritized, and a direct utility in a prelims MCQ will be there through where you can actually prepare and go for the examination. If I just see, hardly 150 to 200 pages per subject will be material. So it's hardly 800 to 900 pages that you have to read in the next 4 months, and I think those will be enough for you to qualify the examination. Then the next most important thing is another challenge that student faces is the huge span of current affairs that any candidate has to prepare. Candidate needs to at least go through a current affairs of 1.5 years. Now it amounts to be huge number of data, and when such huge data is to be read, then that huge data needs to be read with a specificity. We need to actually understand which things are asked, which things are not asked. Say for example, last year we had 10 years completion for a important campaign, that is Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao, and obviously at its very fundamental the question was framed. Now this topic was quite predictable, but some I would say those students who are preparing for say for a few time will definitely have a hand on understanding that this is a topic and a question will be there. But students who are like new won't have this understanding, and through our batch we are even going to make you identify that this is a priority current affairs, this time the question might be there, and such a type of direction and strategy will be given. Even if you see another example, that is a very important person, that is Maruti Chitampalli, who is a very environmental expert. His obituary was there. Students mucked up much of the data regarding Maruti Chitampalli ji, but his works, his authors, his books were not mucked up. So you need to understand that some books, some contributions to the literature are even a priority for this examination. So to give an strategy, I have put up 2 examples. Now there are many facets and many angles that needs to be given. So this can be only given through a comprehensive batch. And so when you need to prepare current affairs, then those current affairs needs a strategized preparation, and current affairs will be provided for English medium students exclusively in English. We are having 2 different batches. One will be Marathi medium and another will be English medium, and both batches are going to be totally separate. We are not going to actually conduct an integrated batch for all the medium students. Marathi medium will have different batch and English medium will have different batch, and both will actually conducted differently. So you need to understand that exclusively English medium notes is also going to be our specialty. Then further, once you are done with all your preparation, of course you need to check yourself with a comprehensive test series where a scientifically designed test for prelims where a test is asking priority topics, priority points are there. We have already made a schedule, and this schedule will even be available to you if you just WhatsApp us. So comprehensive test series is again another important feature for our batch. So if you are there, then you don't need to look anywhere. We are going to cover PYQs. We are going to even test you on a comprehensive test series. Current affairs will be given, and so that you are ready from all the dimensions, and you are actually a very good competition. You become a very good competition for the upcoming examination. So exclusively exam oriented test series is also one important feature. Okay, now to conclude at the last, so whenever we are understanding or whenever you are opting for any initiative, then this initiative should have some vision and some mission. So let us target 125 marks. Let us have a full conceptual clarity. Let us solve as many as MCQ as possible. Let us have PYQ oriented preparation. Let us have disciplined oriented study system, and let us be ready for the upcoming examination. And all these features, if you are looking for a course where all these features are there, then of course you can look out for a very important initiative that we are starting, and that is Dheya. Dheya is an initiative which is an exclusively English medium batch which is going to be starting from 5th of January 2026. We are targeting 31st of May 2026 examination, that is MPSC Prelims Rajyaseva. Batch is going to be in both mode, online and offline. All the features that I have explained is features of Dheya only. Along with those features, you are even going to have a dedicated mentor where you can talk to him freely. You can ask your smallest possible doubt and always prepare with a clear set of minds. You will have a quick revision, short notes in our batch. You are going to have live sessions if you are opting for online. You will be even given recorded sessions so that you revise all the topics quickly. You will be given current affairs, and all the 7 pillars along with maths and reasoning will even be covered. So we are leaving nothing. Everything will be covered, and therefore our say is 100% syllabus coverage where there is zero confusion. And if you lose any number of days henceforth, then there is no chance that we can actually fill up the gap. So it is your last opportunity if you are really sincere for cracking the 31st May examination. Along with English medium batch, there is going to be an exclusively Marathi medium batch also, which is also starting at 5th of Jan, but both batches are going to be held separately. So if you have any doubt, you can simply, the numbers are flashing in front of you. You can just pick up your mobile. You can call us, reach out us. You can even WhatsApp us. We will be even we will be eager to actually cater your all the doubts. Okay, it is going to be a comprehensive 4 to 4.5 months batch, and it is going to be your prelims partner if you are seeing success. See friends, whenever we are preparing, we need someone to guide us. We cannot play any game if we are not guided well in it. So this is nothing but a competitive game, I would be saying. This is something, a competitive exam. So for competitive examination, we need right guidance. And Dnyanjyoti can be right guidance for you. You can even opt for anything if you want, but just see whatever features I have discussed, just see that all facets are there, and then go for the initiative. Of course, we believe in students' success. So any issues, you can simply call us, you can reach out us, and you can ask any doubt. So thank you.